Have you ever wondered what the Aztec temples sounded like? We see their incredible pyramids, we read about their complex society, but what did it sound like? Forget everything you think you know about ancient music. The Aztecs didn't just play instruments, they made their architecture sing. Today we're uncovering the secret music of the Aztec temples. The heart of the Aztec Empire, Tenochtitlan, was a city of monumental structures. But these weren't just silent stone. Archaeologists and historians are now piecing together a fascinating puzzle. The temples themselves were designed with acoustics in mind. Imagine standing at the base of the Templo Mayor, the great temple of Tenochtitlan. As the priests chanted or played their instruments from the top, the sound would have been amplified, cascading down the steep stairways and across the plaza, creating an awe-inspiring, almost divine experience for the thousands gathered below. The specific angles of the walls, the placement of the plazas, everything was engineered to carry sound and make the ceremonies feel larger than life. It was a form of architectural sound design meant to connect the earthly realm with the celestial. So what instruments were they playing? The soundscape of the Aztecs was incredibly rich and diverse. They had a vast array of percussion instruments which formed the backbone of their music. There were the large two-toned slit drums called teponaztli, carved from hollowed logs. Each side produced a different pitch, allowing for complex rhythmic conversations. Then you had the huehuetl, a vertical, single-headed drum made from wood and animal skin, which could be tuned to different tensions to create deep, resonant booms that you could feel in your chest. Imagine dozens of these playing in unison, the rhythm echoing off the temple walls. It must have been breathtaking. But it wasn't just about drums. The Aztecs were masters of wind instruments. They had flutes, ocarinas, and whistles made from clay, bone, and even gold. These weren't simple toys. Many were incredibly sophisticated, capable of producing multiple notes and complex melodies. Some were triple or quadruple flutes, allowing a single musician to create harmonies all on their own. The sounds could range from high-pitched bird-like trills to deep, haunting moans. These instruments were often shaped like animals, gods, or skulls, linking the sound directly to the spiritual world they represented. One of the most chilling and famous of these is the Aztec death whistle. When archaeologists first found these skull-shaped clay instruments, they assumed they were just toys or decorations. It wasn't until someone decided to blow into one that its terrifying secret was revealed. The whistle produces a sound that is uncannily like a human scream of agony. It's a piercing, horrifying shriek. What was its purpose? Some historians believe they were used in ceremonies related to the god of the wind, Ehecatl, or during sacrifices to Mictlantecutli, the god of death. Others theorize they were used in warfare, with hundreds of warriors blowing them at once to create a wall of terrifying sound, psychologically devastating their enemies before the battle even began. Imagine hearing hundreds of these screams echoing across the battlefield. It's a truly haunting thought. Music was woven into the very fabric of Aztec life and ritual. It wasn't just entertainment, it was a sacred language, a way to communicate with the gods. Different instruments, rhythms, and melodies were associated with specific deities and ceremonies. There were songs for planting, songs for harvesting, songs for war, and songs for peace. The Quiccacali, or House of Song, was a special school where young nobles were taught music, dance, and poetry. Being a skilled musician was a highly respected role in society. These musicians were the intermediaries, their performances bridging the gap between mortals and the divine, ensuring the cosmic order was maintained. The music had to be perfect. A single wrong note could be seen as a grave offense to the gods. Let's think about how this all came together in a ceremony. Picture a festival day at the Templo Mayor. The sun is high in the sky. The plaza is filled with people dressed in brightly colored garments. From the top of the pyramid, you hear the deep, steady beat of the huehuetl drums, setting the heart rate of the entire city. Then, the interlocking rhythms of the teponaztli slit drums join in, creating a complex, driving pulse. Above it all, the high, clear notes of clay flutes weave intricate melodies, telling stories of gods and creation. Priests chant in a powerful, rhythmic cadence, their voices amplified by the temple's architecture, rolling over the crowd. And perhaps, at a climactic moment, The air is split by the terrifying shriek of the death whistles, a stark reminder of the power of life and death held by the gods they worshipped. It wasn't just a concert, it was a multisensory, immersive spiritual event designed to inspire awe, fear, and devotion. And so how do we know all this? It's a combination of incredible detective work. Archaeologists have unearthed thousands of these instruments from temple sites and burials. But finding an instrument is one thing, knowing how it was played is another. That's where other sources come in. The Spanish conquistadors, while responsible for the destruction of the Aztec Empire, also left detailed chronicles. Friars like Bernardino de Sahagún meticulously documented Aztec culture, including their music and ceremonies, in works like the Florentine Codex. These codices contain illustrations of musicians playing their instruments in different contexts, giving us invaluable clues. By combining the physical artifacts with these historical descriptions and a bit of experimental archaeology, we can start to reconstruct this lost soundscape. Modern musicians and acousticians are even creating 3D models of Aztec temple sites to simulate how sound would have traveled. They are recreating the instruments using traditional materials and techniques, learning to play them and discovering their melodic and harmonic potential. It's a field called archaeoacoustics, and it's breathing life back into the silent ruins. We are beginning to hear the temples not as they are now, but as they were, vibrant, noisy, and pulsating with the sacred energy of music. The sounds were a fundamental part of the Aztec worldview, as important as the stone and sculpture. The secret music of the Aztec temples reveals a culture with a profound understanding of sound, psychology, and spirituality. Their music wasn't just art, it was technology. It was a tool to shape human emotion, to connect with the divine, and to broadcast power. The next time you see a picture of an Aztec pyramid, don't just see a silent stone monument. Try to imagine the sounds, the deep throb of the drums, the soaring melodies of the flutes, the powerful chants, and the haunting screams that once echoed from its peak. You'll be hearing the true living pulse of a lost civilization. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the soundscape of the Aztec world. What part of their musical culture surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to uncover more secrets from history, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.